Hey there, Amy Demas with Communicate Excellence. Wouldn't you love to be effective in your communication? I think most of us would want to be. Let's talk about it today on Communication Timely Tips. In order to talk about effective communication, I want to show you some of the things I teach, but how closely it relates to a true expert in this field. If you have not gone and read or followed Vanessa Van Edwards and read her book Captivate or her newest one, Cues, put this in your library, you'll be glad you did. One of the things that Vanessa talks about is this spectrum as we're communicating. She calls the warmth side and the competence side, and when we bring those together, there is charismatic communication. As I teach individuals, especially my scheduling coordinators, we have a lesson about being polite, which relates to the warmth, as well as the guiding, which has the competence. And when we bring that together, we are respectfully effective. Let's talk about how that plays out. So for a scheduling coordinator, when we're on the phone, it means that polite side, we are opening and closing conversations with, "Oh yes, glad to help," and ending them with, "Have a great day." But that also means making sure we do that dance and we come to that guiding side when we are scheduling appointments and we say, "Let me tell you what the first appointment Dr. Smile happens to have is. It is A or B. Which one works best for you?" And guiding them to the goal. Because you have to remember, for our patients, their long-term goal is to be done with treatment. As much as they love to see you, they want to be able to be done. And we have to guide them and be competent in our guiding them to the ultimate goal. Because sometimes they forget that in the short term and they want to and sometimes need to reschedule, and we have to keep them informed of the unintended consequences of that. As you can imagine, all of us tend to lean one way or the other toward the easier polite warmth side or easier competence guiding side. And what can happen is if we don't learn the dance back and forth, we can get into a danger zone. So imagine this. I have a warm, fuzzy scheduling coordinator, and it's so easy to say, "Oh my goodness, I'd love to help. Oh yeah, sure." And if they don't make the switch, all of a sudden when they're scheduling appointments, "And when do you want to come in? What day of time works best for you?" If that is our approach to scheduling appointments, it's no wonder everybody is coming in after school hours and everything is squeezed into that power hours of 3 to 5 p.m. or 3 to 6 p.m. But then I have other individuals who are really strong on the guiding, and they can come off a little sterile, abrupt, edgy. And it's when they're answering the phone call and it's like, "Okay, what's your name? What's your date of birth?" Or it's when they've asked something and they may say, "Hey, an oral surgeon didn't get the email they were expecting from you. Can you resend it?" And if they're edgy, it would sound something like, "Well, I already sent it once." "Well, like I said," it's like, ooh, need to soften that up. So I'm always working to get that balance of the politeness and the guiding so that we can be respectfully effective. Now, I tended to highlight the scheduling coordinators today, but this must be done by everyone. Let's take a look at it from the doctor's perspective. When they're going into especially a new patient exam, they only have a few minutes in there, and we really must balance that warmth, that politeness with that competence and the guiding, which means, yes, we take that moment to make sure that we give them a great welcome. We take notice of them, maybe ask how they're doing, demonstrate the care that we have. Yet, also taking that moment to show that we do have the competence and they can trust us in here. So what do these do for you? When we are respectfully effective, it means we're always getting closer to that finish line in a better way. And as they do, we have happier patients, happier families, which rolls into raving fans that they want to go and tell others that this is the place you want to be. So don't be afraid. If I have somebody that leans toward politeness or somebody that leans toward guiding, am I afraid that they are not going to be effective? No, it's teaching them the dance, helping them to know how to go back and forth and where to use each one in its proper place. Go have a try and go communicate excellence.